At last, the long winter is over. As spring arrives, so does Major League Baseball, and tonight we're at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois, for opening day. We're kicking off the season with a rivalry that has been renewed countless times. The Milwaukee Brewers pay a visit to the Chicago Cubs in an NL Central matchup. The Cubs finished the 2022 season with 74 wins and 88 losses. The Brewers finished with 86 wins and 76 losses. Tonight, the Cubs will be starting Marcus Stroman. He pitched 25 games in 2022 with a 6-7 record. The Brewers will be led by Corbin Burnes. In 2022, he had a 12-8 record with 33 games pitched. A quick note before we begin. Yes, I am aware that this is MLB The Show 22 that I'm using. When I pre-ordered the Show 23, I didn't have the foresight to order the deluxe edition with early access, or whatever they call it. The one with early access, I didn't order that, so for the first week this season, we'll be using the Show 22. That's just this game only. Next week, we'll have the Show 23 next Tuesday. We're doing baseball on Tuesdays this season. The players are ready, the fans are ready, and we hope that you at home are ready. So without any further ado, let's go down to the field to kick off the 2023 Major League Baseball season. A very prestigious honor is being bestowed upon Colton Wong. He is the first batter of the new season, and with that pitch, we are underway. Tuesday Night Baseball 2023. Welcome to Wrigley. Welcome to spring. Welcome to the Beagle Sports Network. And this will go into right field for the first out of the season. And with that, let me just say that it is great to be back. Last time we had baseball on the channel was actually a week ago when we did the World Baseball Classic in Super Mega Baseball 3. But the last time we had the show was last fall, last year, when we simulated the World Series. We simulated most of the playoffs, actually, and by some coincidence, we still ended up with the Astros and the Phillies, some luck, in the World Series. We did a best-of-5 simulation instead of a best-of-7, and our prediction was wrong. We predicted the Phillies over the Astros, as that strikeout means out number 2. The Astros, in truth, are the World Series champions, but in this universe, Philadelphia took home the title for the first time since, correct me if I'm wrong, 2008. Christian Yelich at the plate for Milwaukee. I suppose I should focus on this game. Jumps out of the batter's box. Andrew McCutchen on deck for the Brewers. That's inside the strike zone on the frame. The 3-1 swung on and missed to make it 3-2, full count, to the delight of the Wrigley crowd. Inside the strike zone, fouls it away, keeps himself alive for at least one more pitch. And that pitch in the strike zone and caught to take us to the bottom of the first. Rafael Ortega leading off the bottom of the first here for Chicago. First pitch is outside, 1-0. And Cub fans hoping for a better start, or a better season than last season. As I mentioned at the start of this video, this broadcast, a losing record for the 2016 World Series champions 6 years later. Of course, I think that entire team, all those players have gone their separate ways, but a miracle for 1 year for the first time in 108. 108? Something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, please do. But 1908, I know that. the last time they won the World Series. I'll do the math later. Frank Schwindel now at the plate for the Cubs. 1 out here in the bottom of the first, and the first pitch goes inside the strike zone. This will go into right field for out number 2. And it will bring up Wilson Contreras, and I hope we don't get copyright struck for the music, but only time will tell. I'll have to disable that. Contreras only 1 for 10 against Corbin Burns. So this pitcher seems to have his number. 2 balls so far. 2-1. Fouled away, making it 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed outside to take us to the top of the second here in Chicago. Andrew McCutchen leading off for the Brewers. 3 straight outs in the top of the first. He did not get his chance. Despite the 3-0 count for batter number 3, he gets his chance now after being on deck at the end of the inning. And this goes in the strike zone and into right field for out number 1 of the top of the second. Rowdy Tellez now batting for Milwaukee. Excuse me. Oh, that was close, and I'm not sure he realized how close it was, but as we all could see, that pitch almost hit him. And that'll be ball number 2. Fouled away here for strike 1. That's inside. Hunter Renfroe on deck here for the Brewers. And that will be ball 4. Rowdy Tellez going to first, the first walk of the season, and I think the first base of the season here for the Brewers. First base conceded for the Cubs. 0-2 here for Renfroe as he fouls that one away and fouls this one away on an 84-mile-per-hour pitch by Stroman. Swing and a miss. He's gone for out number 2. Omar Narvaez. Narvaez, sorry. PA announcer corrected me, and I am glad that he has. Foul. 1-1. That's way outside. Low. And inside. Lorenzo Cain on deck for the Brewers. 3-2. 2 outs here in the top of the second. 1 on. And now the full count pitch in the strike zone to take us to the bottom of the second here in Chicago as Tuesday Night Baseball continues. Ian Happ will lead off the bottom of the second, and YouTube, if you can hear me, whoever's directing things now, please do not copy strike me. I know not what I do, or I did not prior to tonight. But I hope the show 23 has some sort of creator safe mode, because The 2-0, now 2-1. And it's been a big weekend here on the Beagle Sports Network, a big week. Saturday night we had WrestleMania in Dallas. Last night the Raw after WrestleMania with Randy Orton facing Shawn Michaels in the final words of Stone Cold Steve Austin to the WWE Universe before his retirement. Hap will go to first. And Friday we will bring you the WWE Draft as Universe Mode continues on this channel. We're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting started. WrestleMania Backlash will be April 16th, and this will be out number 1 as the runner tries to steal but fails. Patrick Wisdom, 1-1. Sends this away and foul. 1-2. Low. 2-2. And now waiting for the 2-2 pitch. There it is. Swung on and missed despite being outside. And Clint Frazier will now come to the plate. Here for the Cubs, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. No runners on. The 1-0. Swing and a miss to make it 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled away for strike 2. And a groan rising up from the stands of Wrigley Field. But Frazier, smarter than his predecessor with all due respect, doesn't swing on the outside pitch. Now 2-2. I'd say that was in the strike zone, but I disagree with the umpire often. And a 3-2 full count for Frazier. Fouled away to keep him alive. And once again, into foul territory. The 3-2, outside, and number 77 will go to first base as number 7 in the batting order, that is, Jason Hayward, takes the plate. First pitch a bit high, but in the strike zone. Next one, foul, 0-2. And now for a strikeout. Low. Inside. Connects here, but this will most definitely be caught to take us to the top of the third here in Chicago on opening day. And this is something I didn't mention before. It slipped my mind, I apologize, but we're doing 5 innings tonight, as we did with the World Baseball Classic Final. So, just so you're aware, aiming to keep it shorter, yet still have a scoreline other than 0-0 as Marcus Stroman gets his 4th strikeout of the night on Lorenzo Cain, I believe that was. 0-1 for Jace Peterson. First pitch is a strike. Last in the batting order. And not much of a chance to prove he's not least, but still gets to first with that beanball as Colton Wong, the leadoff, steps up to the plate for the 2nd time tonight. And back around we go. 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 3rd. National League Central rivalry you are seeing tonight. This game has been played, these two teams have faced off countless times And perhaps an opportunity for a double play here? No, right to first. 2 outs. These two teams have played countless times. They play countless times over a season, but in all of history, so many meetings between these teams. One of the iconic rivalries in Major League Baseball, in my opinion, up there with the Yankees and the Red Sox. As Willie Adames comes to the plate, 0-for-1 here tonight. Runner on second, but he will leave second and go to the dugout as we go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless in Chicago. And we are back with Andrelton Simmons. I hope I said that right. PA announcer, enlighten me, please. But I mentioned the frequency of the meetings between the Brewers and the Cubs. This year, Major League Baseball has a new schedule. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but every team will play every other team at least once. So everyone, no matter where you are, as long as you're in a city with a baseball team, you will get a chance to see some of the biggest stars that MLB has to offer. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure if they play once or twice, but fans will get a chance to see all the dream meetings that they could imagine. I don't know what I'm saying right now. As Corbin Burns gets his 4th strikeout of the night, Nick Madrigal steps up to the plate. And that's strike 1. Last in the batting order, number 1 for the Cubs. The 1-1 pitch. He connects off the edge of the bat, but it is in vain as the ball is thrown to first. Out number 2, Rafael Ortega leading off the batting order. We're now back at the top. He comes to the plate for the second time here tonight. 0-for-1 so far. Checks his swing. And no swing. No strike. 1-0. That's outside. 2-0. Connects, but sends it foul. 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch inside. 3-1. Frank Schwindel on deck for the Cubs. And the 3-1 pitch again. He says strike. I'm not quite sure. Or he says swing. And 3-2, full count now. It'll bounce in right center field. 2 out, 1 on here for the Cubs. And Frank Schwindel now coming up to the plate. First pitch goes low for a ball. Corbin Burns with 53 pitches tonight, now 54. And number 54 goes inside. 2-0 for number 18, Schwindel. That's 3-0. Wilson Contreras on deck. And it looks like he'll have a chance to come to the plate. Indeed he will, as ball 4 goes high. And this crowd is hyped up. We are still scoreless, but we might not be that way for much longer. 2 out, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the third. Swing and a miss. And I think that was a bit late as well. Connects here into the air and caught. Still scoreless after some hope as we go to the top of the 4th here in Chicago. Christian Yelich will lead off the top of the fourth. I remind you again, as I neglected to do so in the early going, we're playing 5 innings tonight. This will bounce, and it'll be thrown to first. Frank Schwindel is there, the first baseman, making it out number 1 and bringing up Andrew McCutchen for the visiting team. Inside, 1-0, 1 out. 2-0. Connects here. High in the air. Caught. Out number 2. And this could be a very quick inning if they can put away Rowdy Tellez as quickly as they have the last 2 batters. I almost said batsmen, but this is not cricket. Although Major League Baseball will be journeying to London for the first time since 2019, and I believe that the Cubs will actually be a part of that. I think they're facing the Cardinals some point in late June, and we will be covering that in a simulation. The 2-2 pitch coming up to Rowdy Tellez, hoping for out number 3, but that is way high. Hunter Renfroe on deck as it's 3-2 for a full count. Rolls right to the second baseman, who throws to first. Oh, wait a minute. Bit of a chase there, but they still get the out to take us to the bottom of the 4th. Ian Happ, who has walked in the second inning, leading off the bottom of the 4th for Chicago. And we're getting down there. We're in the 4th inning of 5. We will go to extras if necessary, but we are still scoreless here tonight at Wrigley Field in Chicago. A legendary stadium to kick off what we hope will be a legendary season. Ian Happ 0 for 2, connects here, sends it foul. And the 0-2 pitch once again forces him out of the batter's box. 1-2, inside and low. 2-2, outside. 99-mile-per-hour sinker from Corbin Burns. And that'll make it a full count. And the crowd going wild. Patrick Wisdom on deck. The 3-2 pitch. He connects and sends it far. And it is gone. Home run. The first home run of the season goes to Ian Happ as we take a look at the replay. 413 feet, 111.8 miles per hour, the exit velocity. StatCast brought to you by Google Cloud. An 88% chance of victory now for the Cubs, 12% for the Brewers. And now the home team just needs 3 outs to put this one away. Really, they need 6 outs, but 3 of those on them and 3 on the other team. 1-2 here for Patrick Wisdom as the Cubs take the lead in the bottom of the 4th. And I doubt we'll be going to extras unless there is some miracle from Milwaukee in the top of the 5th, which, you know, we say here on the Beagle Sports Network, anything can happen. A big part of that is baseball. There's always, a lot of times, there's some unexpected moments. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Corbin Burns with his 5th strikeout of the night as Clint Frazier steps up to the plate. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. That goes foul. 97-mile-per-hour sinker to kick off this at-bat. That'll go foul. 0-2. And pitch number 75 from Corbin Burns goes low. Ball 1, strike 2. Connects here, and it will slide past the first baseman despite his dive and put a runner on first. 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th, and the Cubs hoping to build up their lead a little bit after that homer from Ian Happ. Jason Hayward, number 22, coming to the plate. Attempted pickoff from Burns, and that's the first of the season. That goes foul. 0-2. Swing and a miss. And the 6th strikeout of the night for Corbin Burns. Andrelton Simmons now batting for Chicago. Still hope for a 2-run homer to solidify the lead that the Cubs have gained in this inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And now the 0-2 pitch goes low. One-two to Simmons. Foul. 7 balls and 18 strikes this inning from Corbin Burns. 25 total pitches in the bottom of the 4th, including that home run by Ian Happ. The Cubs fans will be grateful for kicking off the season with a win, as long as they can put away 3 more outs once the Brewers come to the plate. 3-2, full count. There could be 2 on, 2 out very, very soon. Nick Madrigal on deck. He might not get a chance to bat, as Simmons fouls this away and keeps himself alive for at least 1 more pitch. And 1 more. That goes foul as well. 94-mile-per-hour cutter. Pitch number 88. 89 is outside. And now 2 on with Nick Madrigal coming to the plate. 0 for 1 here tonight. Last in the batting order, but maybe not least. We'll find out. Well, we will close things out at the bottom of the batting order. Every man getting 2 chances to bat here tonight at Wrigley, as an easy throw to second brings us to the top of the 5th inning after Ian Happ's heroic homer in the bottom of the 4th. 3 outs needed for the Cubs. Can they get them? Hunter Renfroe will lead off for Milwaukee. And the first pitch connected. Out. Thrown to the pitcher at first, and just like that, there's out number 1, Omar Narvaez. Now at the plate, inside goes the first pitch. 88-mile-per-hour slider here from Stroman. 54 pitches compared to about 90 for his opponent, but that 4th inning went on for quite a while. And now the 1-2 incoming to Narvaez. Makes the catcher scramble a little bit. Ball 2 going low. 3-2. Lorenzo Cain on deck here for the Brewers. And that'll be ball 4. And Lorenzo Cain with a chance to be the hero for the Milwaukee Brewers. And they will have the advantageous position, requiring 3 outs This goes into the air and into left field. Gonna be back to the warning track. But out number 2 may deprive us of a finish for the ages. But let's see what Jace Peterson can do. Last but not least, we'll find out. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Not much of a chance to bat here tonight. He gets his chance with the entire game resting upon his shoulders. 2 out, 1 on. Into the air, into right field, and there is out number 3. And the end of the game here on Tuesday Night Baseball. A 1-0 win for the Cubs over the Brewers from Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. Have a good night. As the Major League Baseball season gets underway, thank you for watching on behalf of the Beagle Sports Network.